Okay, we reached to this point and now it's time to create the handle. So let me go to the -y, activate the wireframe. And for handle, we need to first select a face here for the planning part and then extrude from this point and this point and then extrude again and then extrude again and again and again and again. Okay, so you need to extrude and rotate, and before you see me do it, it's better for you to do it without seeing what I'm gonna do. And if you stuck at some point, come back and play the video to see how I do it. Okay, so let me delete this for now. And if you come back, for a start, I go to the edit mode and from the -y, select the face mode and wireframe. And this is the faces that I want to extrude from. Okay, so if we look at the face, for a start, before I extrude, it's better to first add an inset. And with inset, I mean these tools that create an edge inward. And if we look at our handle, it's probably circle. Okay, it's probably circle, but this face is rectangle. So first we need to close it to the circle by selecting the edge selection, select this edge and this edge and make it close to each other. Okay, so if I close it to each other, you can see that it's gonna scale and make it smaller, but I only wanted to scale in the y-axis. So I press Y after pressing the S, and now it's only gonna scale. But now that I'm look at the result, I think that it's not really a good approach. So I'm gonna press Ctrl Z, press one edge. We had something called a slide edge, and this is the slide edge. If I select this handbar and push, you can see that it's gonna slide along the face. And this number is minus, for example, 6. And if I select this slide and do it again, and we also gonna select this 6. And if I put the number, I'm gonna make sure that it's exactly the same size. And now I can select these two faces and we want to create a circle, okay, because our handle is in a circle shape. We have a tool called loop tools, and if I right click and go to the loop tools and press circle, it somewhat create a circle for us. But if we want a better circle shape, it's better to, before we press the loop tools and circle, let me go back one step, Ctrl Z, add one more edge at the center of this shape, and then I press this for face and select the loop tool circle. Okay, and let me press S for scale it a little, and now go to the -y, and like this shape that come out, I can press G or use the move tools to move it like this. Let me look at it from this angle. And as you can see, this vertex is too inward, so we can use the slide edge shortcut to slide our vertex by using the G double time. So one G is for moving and another G is for sliding. So I'm gonna slide it in this axis, and then After the left click for confirming, once again press double G for moving it like this. Okay, and if I look it at minus pi and wireframe, it's somewhat what I want. But my face is bigger than what I wanted, so in the solid view, I'm gonna press these faces minus pi wireframe, use the scale tool to scale it, and press G for moving it like this. Okay, and now if you like, you can change, for example, this shape and this vertex to make it like the teapot. And now that my face selected, we're gonna extrude, rotate. For a start, I'm gonna extrude to here, and then press G for moving and R for rotating, and S for scaling it a little. Okay, so E for extrude, R for rotation, and G for moving. E extrude, G moving, R rotation. E extrude, G moving, R rotation. And imagine if you want to, every time you want to do this, you press extrude to extrude, then press move to move, and then press rotate for rotate. It's really take more time than using just E for extrude, G for moving, and R for rotation. And using the shortcuts is really going to make your modeling faster. And time is money. So E for extrude, G for moving, and I'm going to move it like to here. Okay, so I create my handle. Let me go to the solid view. And now I need to connect this handle to this face. And if I look from the minus Y and activate wireframe and select the face that I need, this is the faces that I want to connect this handle. Okay, so if we look at our face, like the top shape, we want to create this kind of shape here. So first I use the inset, but this time I'm gonna use the shortcut I and put something like this. And then we also need an edge here, so loop cut, add an edge here, and now select box. These two edges are gonna be use a slide edge, but this time I'm gonna use the shortcut G and G for moving it this much, and the number is gonna be 5 minus 5. Okay, so these two I'm gonna select it, and GG for moving it here, and 5. And now that I create the faces that I need, I can select the face, right click, loop tools, and circle. Okay, now I go to the minus pi wireframe and try to create the shape of my teapot. Now we have 4 faces here and 4 faces here, so I'm gonna select both of them and right click, and we want to connect these two. So right click and bridge face, and like that my handle is created. Okay, and as you can see, it's really clean. But if by somehow you think that your handle size is bigger or smaller than your image, you can select all of the face. If you use the scale tool, it's gonna scale it like this. But if you use the Alt S shortcut, it's a shortcut and I don't know where it is in these menus, but if you use the Alt S, it's gonna scale your faces along the normal, and what it does is make it bigger at the place of your face without scaling all of the selection face. So Alt S for making it bigger or smaller at the place. Okay, and this is another tips for changing the size. And now that I create the handball,